You are familiar with this feeling. It's 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. You have a critical strategy document open, 3 high-priority emails flagged, and a presentation to prep for tomorrow. But instead of the sharp focus that got you through your MBA, you're staring at the cursor, feeling an inexplicable, heavy resistance. You tell yourself to just push through, but your body feels like it's wading through wet concrete. You might call this laziness. You might call it a lack of discipline, but what if I told you that from a biological perspective, laziness doesn't actually exist? The resistance you're feeling isn't a character flaw, it's a sophisticated defense mechanism. When your brain perceives that your allostatic load, the wear and tear on your body from chronic stress, has exceeded its safety threshold, it triggers a biological emergency brake. This is your nervous system shifting you into a dorsal vagal state to prevent a total systemic collapse. You aren't failing to work. Your body is successfully trying to protect you from yourself. I know how frustrating this is. You've built a life based on high standards and constant growth. To suddenly feel like you can't keep up with the very life you worked so hard to create feels like a betrayal. But fighting your biology is the most energy-expensive thing you can do. It's why you're exhausted, even when you haven't been productive. Let me show you what is it that your nervous system tries to protect you from and why is it looks like laziness. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to identify these biological shutdown signals and, more importantly, how to reprogram your response so you can stop fighting your body and start achieving your goals with half the energy expenditure. Most of us were raised on the grind set philosophy. If you aren't producing, you're failing. When we hit that wall of resistance, our default response is to double down. We drink more caffeine, we skip the gym to catch up, and we berate ourselves for a lack of discipline. But here is the paradox. The more you shame yourself for being lazy, the more your body perceives a threat. By attacking yourself mentally, you are effectively telling your nervous system that the environment is even more dangerous than it already felt. You are trying to floor the gas pedal while your biology has already engaged the emergency brakes. This doesn't lead to productivity, it leads to systemic burnout. To understand this, we have to look at polyvagal theory. Your autonomic nervous system has 3 main states. You're likely familiar with fight or flight, the sympathetic state. But when the stress becomes chronic, the constant emails, the investment tracking, the family obligations, your brain realizes that fighting isn't working. To conserve energy and protect your vital organs, it shifts into dorsal vagal shutdown. This is an evolutionarily ancient conservation mode. Your heart rate slows, your social engagement drops, and your brain fog increases. You aren't lazy. You are in a state of immobilization. Your body has decided that the safest thing for you to do right now is nothing. The solution isn't to find more willpower, it's to provide your nervous system with cues of safety. We need to show your body that it is safe to come out of shutdown. This is what I call biological optimization. Instead of fighting the fog, we acknowledge it as a signal. When you stop the internal war, the brake begins to release naturally, allowing your energy to return without the massive expenditure of a forced push. To shift from shutdown back into a high-performance state, I want you to implement these 2 if-then habits. The peripheral reset. If you feel that concrete heaviness and brain fog, then stop what you are doing, soften your gaze, and let your eyes wander slowly around the room, identifying 5 blue objects. This signals to your brain that there are no immediate physical threats in your environment, helping transition you out of the dorsal state. The exhale extension. If you feel the urge to shame yourself for wasting time, then perform 3 cycles of box breathing with an emphasis on the exhale being twice as long as the inhale. This stimulates the vagus nerve and tells your system that the emergency is over. Before you close this tab and return to your to-do list, I want to challenge you to a 48-hour micro-experiment. The next time you feel that heavy resistance, that lazy feeling, don't fight it. Instead, perform the peripheral reset. Soften your gaze, find 5 blue objects, and simply observe how your internal tension shifts. Treat your nervous system like a high-performance engine that needs the right settings, not a broken machine that needs more force. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. In which specific area of your life, your career, your fitness, or perhaps your family time, do you notice this protective shutdown happening most often? Identifying the trigger is the first step toward reprogramming the response. If you have a colleague, a partner, or a friend who is also navigating a high-pressure lifestyle and constantly pushing themselves to the brink, please share this video with them. When we understand each other's biological limits, we can optimize our collective environments for better results and less burnout. If you found this perspective valuable, hit the subscribe button. We are building a community of high performers who choose to achieve more by working with their biology rather than against it. Remember, your body isn't an obstacle to your success. It is the foundation of it. Listen to your body, lead with your mind. I'll see you in the next video.